Hello, everyone. Welcome. I am Minister Ginger London. Thank you so much for joining me on this evening for part two of the Diamond Coaching Academy signature masterclass series, where we're talking about discovering your calling to coaching. Tonight, we're going to be dealing with day two. I'm excited. If you joined me on last night, you know that we dealt with the first one, which was actually connecting spiritually to coaching. And so, on that tonight we're going to be actually talking about letting your gifts make room for you, and here you're going to learn how to really toot your horn to establish credibility and become known to those that you are assigned to. And you're going to learn how to help how to keep your name in front of the audience that you are assigned to. And so tonight we're going to be All right. Can you hear me? Oh my goodness. All right. So I've done all that talking, and I don't think anybody heard anything with that. Well, okay, let me pick it up right here. Oh my goodness. Let me pick it up right here. Oh, all this technology. Oh my goodness. When you use it, you got to stay really, really, really on top of all of this stuff, right? At the same time. So I got a funny feeling you missed all of that, what I just said, but I'm going to pick it up right here. Proverbs 18:16, a man's gift make room for him. So it's kind of interesting to note, as I said, if in case you didn't hear me, that the Bible doesn't say that a man's education will make room for him, but his gift does, right? And there is a statement that the late Pastor Miles Monroe made, and he said, if you're intelligent, but you're not exercising your gift, you're probably going to be poor. If you're educated, but have not developed a talent, you're likely going to be depressed, frustrated, and tired. And that's from the late Pastor Miles Monroe. And what I was saying um, in reference to that is, you can get all the education in the world, you can get all the talent in the world, you can get all the mentoring in the world that you want. But if you don't develop it, if you don't work it, if it doesn't become something, there's something that God wants you to do, what's going to happen is you will feel frustrated, you will be tired, and you will experience some small degree of depression, if not a lot, because you're not doing anything, because you know that there's a greater work on the inside of you, but you're not doing anything with that greater work. So it's important that you know what it is that you're called to do, and whatever you need to do to prepare for it and to develop it. Make sure that when you get all of this training, when you increase your knowledge, you acquire all of the knowledge and the mentoring and the training, make sure that you develop it. You have to bring it to some type of maturity. You got to bring it to some type of fruition for the fruit of your labor, so that people can experience what God has placed on the inside of you. It is your gift that is key to your success, no matter what you're doing, whether you are going to become a coach, or maybe you're already a life coach or a ministry coach in some capacity. Maybe you're in ministry, preaching, teaching, evangelizing, counseling. It doesn't matter what it is. It's the gift on the inside of you that is the key to you being successful at what God has called you to do. And success can be defined many different ways. But one of the ways is if you are walking in the anointing that God has called for you, and walking in the ordered steps, and you're seeing the fruit of your labor, you're seeing lives change, minds renewed, then you are successful in what God has called you to do. Don't gauge that by money, gauge that by your assignment. Are you completing what you're supposed to be doing in the earth? Are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? So let's keep going. Proverbs 18:16 again. A man's gifts make room for him and brings him before great men. Anyone who discovers his or her gift and develops it will become a commodity. What that means is you will become a product, a service, or a goods that people are looking for. You will have something that other people need for their lives. And when you discover what that is, and when you start walking in it and you develop it, you're going to become a commodity. People will be looking for you, will be asking about you, will be wanting to know how they can contact you, will be emailing you, all those kinds of things, because you have what it is that they need. So that's why it's important that you develop it, because there is something that this market out here needs that's already in you, but it won't get it unless you develop it. And so it's important that you understand and know what that is. So let's talk about every successful coach, every successful person in business, every professional person in their career, every person in ministry. There are some things that they did that are common to all of them. One, they took risk. And for some of you, taking risk is just stepping out. It's just stepping out, doing something different, stepping out, doing exactly what you're supposed to do. But that's the risk that's the risk for you. They believed in the vision, right? You can't say that God has given you a vision and then downplay it or say, "Oh, I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if this. No, I can't believe in that." They believed in the vision, and they continued to do what they needed to do to make the vision come to pass. They developed tunnel vision while pursuing the vision. Does that mean that you don't see other things that are going on around you? No, but you don't get distracted by the left or the right when you're walking out what you're supposed to be doing, you stay focused. Remember I said last night, you're going to need some laser focus. But if you're going to get started in this thing and start doing it right now, or if you're going to reach out and help people during this unprecedented time, you have to have laser focus. How can you help them? What is it that you have? And how are you going to do it? So you have to stay focused. So they develop tunnel vision while pursuing the vision. While you are pursuing what it is you're supposed to be doing, you can't get distracted by shiny objects. You can't run to the right because, oh, it looks good over there, and then dash over to the left because it looks good over there. Also, often they put up with hardship, sacrifice, and unsupported friends and family. That's coming. If you haven't experienced it already, it's going to show up. So you have to have some tough skin. You have to be strong in your inner man. You have to know in your mind. You have to believe it, but yet without a doubt. No ifs, ands, and buts. You have to know what it is you're supposed to do. You're going to hear all kind of talk. You're going to be able to tune all of that out and still walk and move and serve under the anointing of God the way that he wants you to. So before you can help a single client, before you can help a single congregation member, before you can help a single anybody, you need to take action on your own dream. You can't say that God has a great work greater works he wants you to do, and you never walk out in them. But then you're telling other people, go do what you're supposed to do. Go walk into your assignment. Go do it. Go start that business. Go start your church. Go start that ministry. Start that nonprofit. And you're sitting back doing nothing with what God has called you to do. So you have to, before you can help a single person, it says client on this slide, but I want you to know, put the word person in there. Before you help a single person, you need to take action on your own dream. You must take action on your own dream. Vision. Let's talk about the definition of vision. And because you need a vision. Without a vision, the people perish. Remember that last night? Without revelation from God, some revelation knowledge about what you're supposed to be doing, you're going to perish. Vision is that divine directive. Vision is a divine directive given through a spiritual experience, right? If you're going to get something from God, you have to have a spiritual relationship with God, right? It's not you standing on the corner, he just dropped it on the top of your head and it just sunk in somewhere. No, you have to have a spiritual experience with God. You have to be in a good relationship with God, the righteous relationship with God. It's the divine portrait of potential and possibilities, right? When he showed you a vision, even if you don't believe at the moment that you can do it, that's the possibility. That's the potential that's on the inside of you. Those are the possibilities that are in the forefront of your life, right? You could see yourself on the stage speaking somewhere, haven't spoken one word yet, right? That's the possibility. That's the potential that's on the inside of you. When he shows you that you're going to own a business and it's going to be very lucrative, you may not have even written the first line down about what kind of business it is. The key is, can you see the vision and can you believe it? And when you believe it, God is showing you your potential and your possibilities in life. Vision is progressively revealed. So you saw the end picture, but you don't know how you're going to get there. But if you just take that first step, God will show you every step of the way what's supposed to happen, where you're supposed to go, what you're supposed to say, what you're supposed to do. So it is progressively revealed. And so keep that in mind. It is progressively revealed. There are three factors of vision. Motive, that's your reason, that's your purpose, that's your intention, right? So what is the motive? What is the reason for this vision, right? Then the magnitude. What size is this vision supposed to become? What's the significance of it? What is the greatness of what God is showing you? Regardless of what that is. Tonight we're talking about life coaching. So if you're thinking about adding coaching to your ministry or becoming a life coach, what is the greatness of that? What's the greater works in you that God is going to use as a life coach to bring transformation to the lives of others? What is that significance of you becoming a coach? What is that? And then management. All right. It's the administration, the organization, and the running of something, right? So how are you going to manage that gift? How are you going to manage that business? How are you going to manage the things, that revelation that God gives you, everything that he reveals to you about what it is that you're going to do? How are you going to manage that? So 3 factors of the vision. Motive, you must know the reason and the purpose of the vision. And then magnitude, you must know the size of that vision and the greatness of it and the significance of it. And then you got to be able to manage the vision, right? That's the administrative side of it. You have to be able to organize. You got to be able to run it. You have to be able to do everything that God is showing you that you're supposed to do with what he's calling you to do. All right. There are 3 truths concerning vision. 1, vision makes a demand on God-given potential. So when God gives you the vision, now the potential that's on the inside of you, that vision is going to make a demand on that God-given potential. Remember, I said he gives gifts to everyone, and he gives it according to his will, and he gives it according to what he has purposed for your life. So when you recognize and acknowledge that God has given you a vision, now the demand is made on your potential. Because he didn't show you the vision for you to do nothing. And he didn't show you the vision just so you can say, oh, God spoke to me. He showed you the vision because there's something you're supposed to do in this earth. Number 2, vision makes faith necessary. You're not going to be able to pull it off without faith, right? You have to have faith to be able to do it. You tie your faith in with your works, and you're going to get it done, because faith without works is dead. So it's not just about having faith. Oh, I believe one day I'm going to do it. No, I believe today is the day that I need to start, right? I have faith today to get started in what I'm supposed to do, even if the starting point is to get trained, even if the starting point is to become educated or knowledgeable about what it is I'm supposed to be doing, even if the starting point is to write the vision down, make it plain upon tablets, right? So those that run with it can read it. Those that read it can run with it, which includes you. Though it tarries, it's going to show up. So for you, the starting point might be just to write the vision down, but faith is going to be necessary even for that. Because if you don't believe that you can do it, you're never going to write it down. You're not even going to write the vision down, right? You might say it, but you won't write it down because it makes a demand on your potential. Now you have to become accountable. Then number 3, vision always puts you in over your head, but never beyond the potential of your faith to produce, right? So wherever you are in your faith is what you are responsible for producing at this moment. So if your faith level says, this looks like it's pretty big right here, but I got enough faith to write this vision down, then use that faith and write the vision down. Write whatever God shows you and speaks to you about that vision. If that's where you are, then write the vision down. Pray for God and the Holy Spirit to help you increase your faith. The next step for you might be take a leap of faith, and then start researching and checking around and see who can train you, who can mentor you, who can help you get started in whatever it is that God has called you to do. Your faith, may take you little steps at a time, but the key is to get going, right? It's to start walking out the vision that God has given you. 4 things to do when you receive a vision. You must do this, because I promise you, if you don't do this first one, you probably will forget that vision at some point. It'll come back around, but I promise you, if you don't write it down, it's going to slip your mind for a minute. Number 1, record it. Write it down. Get you a journal. Get you a notebook that you use as a journal. Write it down. Not on a sticky note. Write it down in a secure place, a place that you're going to use to record things that God reveals and shows to you. Something that you're going to remember to know where to find, that you can go back and find at any point. A sticky note? No, that's not where you write that down. Write the vision down on something that's noteworthy, that you can use as a notebook or a journal or something, so that you can always go back and reflect and read it again. Number 2, reference it regularly. That's why you can't put it on a sticky note. You want to go back to it and go back to it and go back to it, right? So forget the sticky note stuff. Invest in a good journal, or go buy you just a regular tablet and use that as your journal and write it down. Number 3, recognize the resources in your path. God never gives you an assignment and never makes you make the provisions for the assignment. So again, remember what I said, you got to be wise of the times that's going on. So recognize the resources that are in your path. What's coming across in front of you right now and over the next few days or so that will help you to get ready for what God has called you to do, to walk out the assignment that you're supposed to be walking out, or a dimension of your assignment right now in the earth. So what are those resources that are in your path right now? Some of them you've already let slide past you since we've been in this under this stay home order. There are some trainings and some teachings and some things that you've missed because you weren't focused. But guess what? It's all not wasted. It's never too late. You need to pay attention to what's in front of you. So I will tell you to do this. If you know that you need it, you need some help, and we all do, then you need to schedule some time in the course of your day where you can actually spend time researching, right? And looking through so that you can see what's available to you, what's right in front of you that you've been missing the whole time, right? And then number 4, resolve to realize the vision. Resolve to realize the vision. What that means is you have to come to a conclusion within yourself that you want the vision to become real. You want it to become alive in you. You want to begin to walk it out. You want to see the manifestation of it. You want to see the fruit of your labor. You want to see all of that. You want the vision to not just be in your mind and in your imagination. You want it to come right in front of you where it becomes tangible, where you can actually say, I'm doing this work. This is what I'm doing, right? You're a motivational speaker. You know what makes it tangible? When you write that first talk, right? If you're a minister, it makes it real tangible when you write that first sermon. When you do that, when you outline or write out your first Bible study, right? It becomes tangible when you are putting your hands to the work, what is needed to make it manifest in the earth. All right. I'm still talking about vision. 3 groups of to look out for when you receive a vision. All of us have experienced these types of people in our lives at some point or another. Some people are a little bit more dramatic than others. The first group of people that you want to watch out for are dream killers, right? These are the people that will try to destroy what you say is your dream, what God has told you to do. These are the slayers. These are the predators, right? These are the people that sit back, they wait, they let you share the vision, that you talk about what you're going to do. All the while they know they got the guns cocked, they're getting ready to take the first shot at it, right? And they're aiming to kill, right? Their whole purpose is to destroy everything that you're saying, destroy your enthusiasm, destroy your motivation, kill off your belief system, mess with your mind, mess with your skills and abilities, have you doubting yourself. They're there to just kill the whole dream for whatever reason. Maybe they don't have their own dream. Maybe they're just dream killers. Maybe they're just people who just like attacking the assignment of other people. So they actually just kill it. Then there are dream stealers, right? These are the moochers. These are the takers. These are the beggars. These are the users. These are the people who will sit back, help you, try to pull it off, help you to pull it all together, knowing the whole while that by the time you get to a certain point, they're going to take it right from you, right? These are the people that they come to actually take it. They come to beg for certain things. They're users, they're moochers. They will, if they're not taking it directly from you, they're going to take your time, right? Because they're going to come up with an issue or a problem that they need to have resolved or solved. They know you're working on an assignment. They know you're working on your business. They know you're working on your ministry. They know you're trying to advance in your career. What do? They call you with a problem that when you start talking to them, when you look up, it's been 2.5 hours talking about an issue that's not yours, right? And so they mooch, they drain you. They just mooch off of you. They just come in and take little bites, little bits and pieces of you until, they have stolen the dream from you. Then you have the dream suckers. These are the drainers and the pullers, right? These are the people that will drain all your energy, pull on you every which way, so that you cannot get anything done, so that you cannot be successful. They just get in the way of everything, and they just keep just bothering you, if you will, so that you cannot accomplish what it is that you desire to accomplish in the earth. So you want to watch out for these 3 types of people. So when there are 7 truths about vision, so the 7 truths about vision, I'm going to run through them quickly. Number 1, vision comes from God as a response to human need. That's why I tell you, in this time we're in right now, there is a human need, and we need your gift. The earth needs your gift. The earth needs your call, the calling that's on your life. People need your help. I don't care what area of life it is, they need your help. Number 2, God has to entrust a vision to a person he can trust. If God gave you an assignment, he didn't give an assignment to just anybody. He gave an assignment to someone that he knows is going to make it happen. Number 3, a vision must be received and conceived, means visualize and then create it. And that's what I said. It goes back to knowing exactly what you're supposed to be doing in the earth. Every vision has a unique timetable, right? So you got to make sure you're walking in the right timing of God, right? You want to make sure that's why you need to be partnered with somebody, and two are better than one, because it can become overwhelming sometimes. 5 vision always attracts provision. It's going to be there for you, but you got to take a step out to get it. And then a vision will always be assaulted by criticism and persecution. There's no doubt about that. And then the vision God give you will develop you. It will grow you. It will enlarge your territory. It will expand you. It will do everything that God intends for it to do. So you want to make sure that. So when we talk about coaching, the heart of your coaching will be what makes you passionate about helping people. If you don't like people, then you're never, ever going to be able to do what it is that God has called you to do if you don't like people. Why you want to, it will be why you want to help people. Coaching is going to be what you're passionate about, and the heart of your coaching will tell you why you want to help people. It's going to be what makes you unique. It's going to be something that that is unique about you that's going to draw people to you. So when we talk about coaching and adding it to your ministry or just being a coach, build your coaching business or your coaching expertise around these qualities, and then the clients will come. People will look for you. They will hear about you, and then they will search until they find you. I had somebody on Facebook just recently. She kept looking until she actually found me on Facebook, and she went to all these different pages and groups and all this kind of stuff until she actually found me. And that very same thing can happen for you. So they will come with the hard work and action steps. They will come when you take the hard work and when you take the action steps, and when you combine it with your authentic self and with the content, meaning what your message is, the people are going to come when you get the word out. Remember what I said. Your gift will make room for you, but it'll only make room for you when somebody knows that you actually have that particular gift. So you can't be silent about that. So I want you to showcase your expertise. This is where you build your credibility and experience. Your credibility and experience is the key to this. So no matter what stage of business you're in, no matter where you are in ministry or your career today, whether you just opened the doors, just got started, or you're advancing, whether you've had a string of clients for years, whether you have a large following or congregation, or you're leading a team in your career, your credibility and experience is the key, right? Today is the day that you have to concentrate on building your credibility. There's so many people out here coaching and ministering and teaching and preaching and doing all kinds of things, counseling, therapy, everything. Everybody's come to the forefront now because of the times that we live in. So it's important that you know what your expertise is. You have to know how to showcase your expertise. You got to identify. I'm gonna give you 3 steps tonight. Identify your zone of genius. What are you good at, right? How do you want to be perceived, right? You want to be a Jack or a Jill of all trades who helps everyone under the sun and offers generic one-size-fits-all solutions. That doesn't work, right? Or as a specialist who has experience in a certain area with customized advice and proven results, right? Even in ministry, that's important because you cannot service everybody. So what is your area of expertise? What is your zone of genius? What are you good at, right? Some people in the body of Christ are good at preaching. Some people in the body of Christ are excellent counselors, right? In a multitude of counselors, there is safety. Some people are good at that. And then there are some people who are excellent at teaching the word of God. They're just excellent at it, right? And so you have to know what is your zone of genius, right? It's much better to be known as a specialist, right? So when you are a specialist in your chosen field, your credibility increases and you can identify your target market more easily. Again, that's the people that you're assigned to. When you build your credibility, when you become a specialist, it's easy to identify who it is that you are assigned to. So if you know that that you are assigned to helping stay-at-home moms, When you establish that credibility in that field, it's easy to find them. They'll find you, right? If you're a financial expert, when you build credibility in your profession, right, it's easy to find your target market. It's going to be the people that need help in managing their money, or people who need help in budgeting for something. Maybe they're trying to save for a house, or buy a car. It's going to be those people, and it will be easy to find them. Okay. So aim to be a specialist. So how do you choose your specialty or niche? It starts off by asking yourself a few simple questions about your passion and your education. What do you like and dislike? That's very important. What topics could you talk about all day long? Right? I know for me, you get on certain topics and we can go forever on it, right? So everybody has that somewhere, right? So you have to figure out what that is. So you have to, also you can do this by acknowledging the work that you're currently doing or have done, especially if you're at home right now, and analyze if you enjoy it or if you need a change, right? And sometimes the change, this is a good season for change, because you don't think you're going back to your employment, your job, and you've been for years been thinking about doing something else. This is an excellent time to take a look at something else that you have thought about doing, so you can see whether or not this is going to work for you. This is perfect timing, right? In the past, you're going to go to work for 8 hours, so you don't have a lot of time to really kind of to test the waters, check it out. You have time to do that right now. You just have to press yourself, and then you have to also schedule it. You have to make sure that you allocate some time during the day specifically for that, right? Don't let this pass you by. If nothing else, one thing for sure came out of this pandemic is that you were gifted with some time that would have been used other places. So if you're at home, if you're still at home, haven't returned to work yet, and you've been thinking about doing something different or adding something, for example, like life coaching, to bring in extra income into your home, this is a perfect time to get trained. It's a perfect time to check it out. It's a perfect time to do it, period. It's the perfect time to get started in it, because so many people need help. And if you know that you've been thinking about this and wanting to do it, we'll give you an opportunity to sign up tonight. It is perfect timing. Don't miss this timing. All right. Number 2, you want to challenge your own assumptions. How many times have you talked yourself out of doing or creating something simply because you thought everybody already knows that information? Oh, nobody won't listen to me teach. No, nobody wants me to coach them. Oh, nobody wants me to minister to them. I don't know. Or there's already a lot of people selling the same thing. It's already a lot of people doing the same things. Already a bazillion coaches out there. There's already a whole lot of preachers, already a whole lot of teachers of the word of God out there. How many times have you talked yourself out of doing something or creating something based on those faulty assumptions? You must change those assumptions. They're not good, and they're not going to get you to the place where you need to be in order for you to walk in the steps that God has ordered for your life. There's a need for the type of coaching that you want to do. There's a need for your service or your products that you're going to create or have already. There's an audience who's willing to pay for that service or the product. Have you ever looked in a mall, let's say, at the number of cosmetic stores in one mall, not in a couple of malls, in one mall? Have you looked at how many department stores are in one mall, and then inside of each department store, they are selling the exact same things, the exact same name brands. Everything is the same. The layout of the store might be different, but most of the time, even if you go into the cosmetic area, your Lancome cosmetic counter will look exactly the same as the one down the street, down the way. Your Estee Lauder counter is going to look like at Dillard's. Is going to look the same way at Macy's, pretty much. Your Clinique counter is going to look the same way at pretty much at Macy's as it's going to look at Dillard's or in maybe Nordstrom's or somewhere. It's not going to be that much different, and they definitely going to have the same products. It might be 1 or 2 pieces that are different, but the basic line of it, all of it is going to be the same. There may be some slight differences, but they're going to be the same. So when you're building your credibility, the know, like, and trust factor is important. Your clients, your customers, your followers, your congregation members will seek you out because of your personality. Then they will learn to know, like, and trust you, right? Once they pull towards you for using because of your gift, then what they're going to do is they're going to sit back and they're going to look, they're going to learn more about you, know a little bit more. And from knowing a little bit more about you, they're going to like you. And when they start liking you, they're going to trust you more. All right. So you will need to learn how to speak to them authentically so they will turn toward you instead of going to some other like coach or some other competitor. Period. That's just the way it is. And it's simple. And remember, I said, don't worry about it. It's enough for everybody. But the people that you are assigned to, you have to get in front of them. You must get in front of them. And then step 3, what's your story, right? What makes you unique and what's going to attract that ideal client, that ideal follower, that ideal congregation member to work with you, to be a part of your ministry, part of your church, buy from your business, take them on as a coaching client or a ministry, train them in ministry leadership, or take them on as ministry clients where you're going in and coaching that ministry to get set up and to get to build their ministry team within the church or nonprofit organization or whatever they're doing. All right. So your story may have been maybe you lost 100 pounds and you kept it off, and then your story becomes, how you became overweight, and then what took place in your life that caused you to realize that you needed to drop the weight, and then what steps did you do to drop the pounds, and how long have you kept it off. Your story can draw people to you. So so when God has brought you through something, that's why it's important to go back to write things down, because when you write it down, guess what? It becomes your story, right? Did you leave a full-time job to work completely online? If so, what happened? That's your story. What type of work were you in? What took place that caused you to leave that job? And then you had to step out by faith maybe and start that online business that has shot through the roof. Okay, so what is it? That's your story. So you have to look back over your life. What's my story? How did I get to this place? Right? Where I'm doing what I'm doing, or I'm thinking of, or how did I get to this place knowing that I need to be trained, that I need something else to take place in my life to continue on in life. All right. All right. And then step 4, there's more to life coaching. There's more to business. There's more to any of that. You have to become relatable. And what I mean by that, you have to be able to encourage people, let's say, to draw them toward you so they can know, like, and trust you. And what I mean by becoming relatable is that you have to be able to meet them where they are. You have to know where you can find them. You have to know how to communicate with them. You have to, and again, what we're doing right now is social media. Online, it's not a whole lot. It's a lot of social distancing going on. So it's not a lot of meet up one-on-one first, in person and all that stuff. So when you're on these social media platforms, hey, say happy birthday to people. Respond to their posts. Say congratulations to them when somebody graduated or they made a major accomplishment in life. Say congratulations. Say happy birthday. If they're asking for prayer because a loved one is sick or a family is suffering a loss, then jump in there and say, hey, I'm praying for your family, praying for your strength. My condolences. I'm sorry for your loss. Make yourself relatable. Don't just always be selling something or always pouncing on them, so to speak, but make yourself relatable. Show some genuine concern as much as you can show, online, but you can show some. So make sure that you're showing genuine concern. All right. So to be sociable, I just want, finding out when your desired audience is online, when they're most active, what time is the best time to actually engage with them online. Being live and present, posting when your audience is physically present, when they're online, when you see them online. Hey Sue, how you doing? Good to see you here. Hope everything is going well during these times. And more than likely when you show that concern, somebody's going to answer back, right? Answer any questions they have. Sometimes people put questions out there because they need an answer. They don't target it to any particular person. They just say, hey, Facebook family, and they post a question. I need some help. What do you think about this? Can somebody give me an answer? And make sure if it's something that you can answer, jump in there and answer it. Acknowledge replies. When people reply to something you put, acknowledge it. Even if you just do the thumbs up, do something, right? Provide information that is helpful for people to follow you and seek you out because of your social media content. So if you know you're a financial expert, put some financial management tips out there. You don't want to give away the whole thing, but put some tips out there that will draw people toward you. That when they're responding to you, that they'll say, Facebook will have that little thing come up. Hey, do you want to be notified when Ginger posts? Yes. So do something, post some really rich content out there that's going to draw that person that really needs what you have. It's going to draw them towards you. So you want to make sure that you know. So here, look, know what your winning idea is. We all have winning ideas, right? It could be a winning idea in your career. It could be a winning idea to start a business. It could be a winning idea for ministry. It could be a winning idea to do like coaching or ministry coaching or executive coaching where you're coaching in a corporation. What is your winning idea? What is that signature thing about you, right? What is it that sets you above the rest, right? What we call it in coaching, that signature program, right? Or that signature talk. What is it that you have that is your signature is on it? What is that signature idea that you have that will make you easily recognizable to the people that need what you have? You have to figure that out. You have to develop it, right? More than likely you have some idea, even if you don't, even if it's not on paper, even if it's not ready yet, those kinds of things, you probably know what that winning idea is that you have that will set you apart from everyone else, right? You have a tremendous amount of value, knowledge, and skills that people will be willing to pay for. You need to believe in it. Remember, I said faith without works is dead. Faith plus works equal miracles and money, period. I don't care what. You can say anything you want. It's not about charging people if you're listening and you're in ministry. I'm not saying sell the gospel and all that kind of stuff. But the bottom line is, even in ministry, faith plus works equal miracles and money, right? A whole lot of people in the body of Christ have written books, and they have done well with the selling of their books. So faith plus works equal miracles and money. That's it, right? So if you're not in it to make money, great. Don't make the money. But for those that are trying to make a living by certain things in life, even if it's in their professional career, if you want to go to the next level so that you can get paid more on your job, faith plus works equal miracles and money, right? Faith plus works equal miracles and money. On your job, you can have a winning idea that could turn that whole company around, right? Or shift something in that company that will put you in position to be promoted or taken to the next level, and then not just promoted but compensated for your idea. So you have to keep that in mind. So here's some examples of winning ideas or signature programs. One of mine is called Understanding Your Calling. So this is like a step-by-step ministry training and coaching for living a life worthy of the calling. I have one that's called Greater Works. Here's another example. It's a 30-day challenge. This is like a signature program. So it's important, get the message right. Remember I said that last night, get the message right, and then getting the right message across. You must know who it is that you are assigned to, and you have to reach the right people. And so I'm going to let you know how I can help you do that. I have a program called Launch Out. Some of you have been fishing on the side of the bank a little bit too long. It's now time to get into the boat, go out into the deep, and launch out and let your nets down for a greater harvest. And so this is a 6-day coach training and certification program. It's called Launch Out. It's how to get started in your coaching business now, or your coaching ministry right now. And I'm doing something very special during this time. This is like the third round of it. I have done 2 rounds already, and we've actually had like a virtual graduation for the first 2 rounds. But the Lord has led me to offer this coach training and certification at a reduced price for everyone. And so this is the actually last round. This is the 3rd round. So for this 6-day training, it is intensive. And when I say intensive, everybody, what I mean by intensive is that what you normally would do in 9 months, or a portion of a fraction of what you would normally get done in 9 months, now has to be condensed down into like 6 days. So you have to do the work. You have to put your foot in it, if you will. You got to come ready to do the work. It is intense, but it is very fulfilling. I don't hold back. I don't water it down because I lowered the price. I don't shortchange you. I give you exactly what you need. It's going to be June 23rd through the 29th. The special enrollment is $97. The regular price is $1,497. I struggled. I'm telling you. Anybody that knows me, who I shared this with, will tell you I struggle with this, right? Because I've already done two rounds of it since we've been under the stay-home order, and so you get an opportunity to get $1,400 off. Let me tell you what you get with this. What takes place? You get 6 days of live training. It's not pre-recorded. It's not audio stuff. It's live training with me. You get 3 full days of live training, and then you get 3 4-hour days of practice coaching and coaching lab. That's where we practice coaching on each other. And then the coaching lab is where we're actually building your coaching ministry or business. You're getting all of your ducks in a row. None of that I'm waiting till later. No, you're actually going to be building it at that moment. So if we're going to be doing email lists, you're going to go to an email service and you're going to sign up. That's going to take place in the coaching lab, right? If the coaching lab is on creating a signature program, we're going to create your program in the coaching lab. We're going to outline your first online course, or we're going to outline your 10-week coaching program, or your whatever it is that you're going to be doing. We're going to take care of that, together. So I want you to, why come to training and then leave and still need some help, right? So when you're in that coaching lab, whatever segment we're on, we're going to be working on that right then and there, right? And so these coaching sessions will be Zoom, because I'm going to be able to need to see you. I want to see your face. Normally, before the Zoom, a few years ago when I first started doing them, if Zoom was there, I didn't know about it, but it was by phone. And so I couldn't see people's faces. But today, I can see your face. So we're going to do this where we can see each other. All right. Also, for the 4-hour days, you also will have Q&A days where you can ask any questions about, establishing and starting your coaching business or ministry. I'm going to be teaching. We'll also have maybe some invited instructors to teach on certain things to help you. That will be a new dimension to the Diamond Coaching Academy, where we invite instructors in to teach you so they can teach their area of expertise. You will practice coaching with a training buddy. And then you will receive, after the 6 days, a certification as a personal development coach when you complete it. And so we get in all the details about what is required in order for you to get that certification. And remember, this is the beginning for you. This is to help you get started now. I'm very authentic. I'm very truthful about it. I'm very real about it. This is the starting place. You will need some additional training outside of this per se, but this will get you started. No ifs, no ands, no buts about it. So I don't like to pull the wool over people's eyes. I'm not trying to trick you. I'm not trying to water anything down, and then you get in there and then all of a sudden, no. I'm telling you up front, this is going to get you started, and later on down the road, or when it's over, you probably will need a little bit more training to really walk in the fullness of what you can accomplish with this, period. All right. The curriculum for the Diamond Coaching Academy is going to include, we'll talk about coaching basics. We're going to talk about coaching conversations. So you got a little bit in these master classes. You got the coaching basics last night. On tomorrow, when we wrap up the series, I'll be talking about coaching conversations. We're going to talk about core business values in the coaching business. We're going to look at the coaching competencies. And we'll be looking at the ethics that are involved in coaching. We'll look at coaching programs and services and platforms and tools, all the things that you need to build your coaching business, how to get booked for your discovery calls, for your private coachings, for your group coaching, how to create quick and transformational products, use what's in your hand. Almost everybody has something that they can use. They just don't know it until they go through this training, that you don't have to start from scratch. You have some content of your own right now that's probably lying dormant somewhere that you're not using, or you have content that you're using, you just didn't know that you could turn it into something else as well. We're going to talk about how to go live on these different platforms, how to structure and teach your first either online course or your virtual course. And we're going to talk about how to work from home, because that's what we're doing right now. Well, most of the time coaching is working from home, or either, it's virtual or telecall. But most people, a lot of people are working from home right now. So how do we set that up? And then perfecting your message on all platforms. We're going to look. So that's just some of the curriculum that's going to be that you're going to learn. Again, it's 6 days of live training. This is the format: 3 full days of training, 3 4-hour days of training, and then you get 1 day off to rest your mind and work on your coaching programs, business, and or ministry. So I usually do that when we're like almost halfway through. I usually give you a day off to tell you to rest your mind, because the intensive is just that. It's intensive, and it takes a lot, and you got to really do the work, because by the time you get off the call for that day, go take care of the rest of the day and do whatever you normally do in the day. Before you know it, it's nighttime. You may be looking at your lessons, or you're downloading the work for the next day. Bam, it's the morning. It's already here. So it's intensive. So probably I usually halfway through will give you 1 full day off, where I tell you, rest your mind, right? Breathe, rest your mind, relax. Once you feel relaxed, then maybe pick up your coaching coursework and maybe review something, or study for the next session. But there needs to be a day in there where you just really relax and just calm your spirit, because it is intense. So again, the enrollment registration fee is only $97. You're saving $1,400. You're going to get access to all of the live sessions. They're live. You're going to receive worksheets and some coaching forms for each session, or for those sessions that has something to do with your coaching business. And then you will get some brandable forms for your coaching business, which means that those are forms that you start using right now. Take my name off of it, you put your name on it, and you start using it in your coaching business or ministry right now. So that's what you get for $97. There is an opportunity for you to register as a VIP enrollment for $197. And here you say $1,300. Again, you have live trainings. The extra things that you get if you enroll for the $197 is you get the coach training manual, the full manual, in the coaching forms, which is like 160 pages. You bought that by itself from it's $497. The Diamond Coaching Success Coaching Business Management templates, which is valued at $125. Again, you take those templates, take my name off of it, put your name on it, then it's time to hit the ground running. Don't reinvent the wheel. If you've ever been mentored or trained by people who are genuine and authentic, you know that they always, always, always give you something that they're using that is proven and that actually produces the results that you're looking for. That your mentors and your great trainers and your awesome teachers will always give you something that you can use to keep you from reinventing the wheel, and makes it easier for you to walk into the assignment that you have been called to. So I'm going to give you those templates. They're valued at $125, and then you're going to get a 45-minute private coaching session with me to talk about how to organize and get it up and running, or if you want to work on a program, you want to outline your program, you want to take a look at the content that you're using for either an online course or a virtual course, or maybe you want to start an online school. Maybe your coaching is actually going to come through the form of online courses where you're teaching people and they can take them live or either on demand. All of that is needed in today. So if you would like the VIP enrollment, that is $197. And so that's available. So you can register at gingerlondon.com. There is a graphic on the homepage that says launch out for the intensive. Click on that graphic and it'll take you to the information page and the page where you can go ahead and register for that. So don't remember all of that. So tomorrow is the last night of the masterclass, and we're going to be talking about the power of life in your words. These are coaching conversations. So if you've been thinking about coaching, I want you to come back on tomorrow night so you can see what a coaching conversation, what's involved in a coaching conversation, how power questions are used in a coaching conversation, so that you can see what's really involved. Because sometimes we think that we know how to have conversations with people, so that brings change. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But once you're in coaching, and I learned that even in counseling, that counseling conversation is different from an everyday conversation, right? So when it comes to coaching, it's a different kind of conversation. So we'll kind of walk through what I call the 5 C's of a diamond coaching conversation and power questions. I'll give you a little bit on that. And so that is it for tonight. So thank you so much for joining me on tonight. Tomorrow it's going to be at 4 p.m. instead of 6:30. Tomorrow, because I know tomorrow is Friday and people might have some things planned. So I'll try to catch you a little early. So join me on tomorrow evening at 4 p.m. where we're talking about coaching conversations. So thank you, everyone. Have a great and awesome evening. I appreciate your time, and I appreciate you actually joining me on tonight. And I hope that something has been said and shared with you that's going to get you excited about the coaching profession, especially if you're in ministry. We've always had coaching in ministry. This wasn't called that. And I said this last night and I will say it again. Every time Jesus made an impact in somebody's life, it was through a conversation. And that conversation always led to some type of change or transformation or decision. They either made a decision to follow him, or they made a decision to stop following him. They made a decision to not connect with him, or they made a decision to accept what he was saying, and change occurred, and their lives were miraculously changed for eternity. So I want you to remember that conversations are powerful, and how you have those conversations will determine whether or not that person's life is changed after having a conversation with you. So don't forget to go to gingerlondon.com and register. This is the last time that we're doing the special enrollment registration for becoming certified as a life coach at a reduced rate. This is the very last time. This is the 3rd round. And so this is it. So it goes back up to regular tuition, and it goes back to 9 months instead of the intensive. So thanks again, everybody. God bless you. Have a great and awesome evening. I'll talk with you on tomorrow. Take care.